got the latest chapter of a historic rivalry. Who knows what we're in store for here? Coming up next.
Well, the onset of fall weather, certainly a welcome occurrence for folks in Silicon Valley, and we've got football on a gorgeous day here in Santa Clara as we are situated at Levi's Stadium. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Before kickoff, Charles, quickly your keys to the game.
Well, partner, I could give you the standard ones, turnovers, special teams play, but here's one that doesn't get talked about much anymore, and that's time of possession. Whoever controls the football, gives their defense a break, and takes care of business, that's the team that's going to win this ball game.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. So out come the Rams now for their first possession. They'll be led out by a longtime starter in the NFL, a former #1 overall pick way back in 2009. It's Matthew Stafford.
And Matthew Stafford was taken first overall in the 2009 draft, and he certainly played like a top pick. Throughout his career, he's been one of the most prolific passers in the league, and there's no reason to believe he's going to slow down his production anytime soon. Not only that, he's also one of the tougher quarterbacks in the league as well.
Stafford going to throw from the outset. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
It's zone defense right away here defensively, and I know that these linebackers and DBs are going to be tested throughout. They passed the first test, though. This one falls incomplete.
Now a 2nd and 10. Now Stafford. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
And that might have been a situation where even though you don't hit on the deep throw, you at least put in the defenders' minds early in the game that we're going to press the ball deep against your secondary. And that can have a ripple effect on how they function throughout.
Play action. Stafford. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. But defensively, you really can't script the start much better. You get a 3 and out and a sack.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. They kept him short of a first down on 1st and 2nd down. And then on 3rd down, they pick up a sack. What tremendous momentum for them to start this game.
So on 4th down, on is Ethan Evans to punt for the Rams. It'll be a net of 39, 41-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they'll be led out by their 3rd-year quarterback.
And you'd think as a young QB there'd be some nerves leading an offense out to start a game, but haven't seen any sign of them right now. And speaking with him earlier this week, sensed that the pressure wouldn't get to him. He feels comfortable being the face of this offense and shouldering the expectations on game day, even if he doesn't quite have the years of experience other quarterbacks do.
Here's Purdy. Open man is Juwan Jennings. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4. First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And McCaffrey going to pick up a Niners first down as the tackle made up at the 48-yard line.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Back to the ground on first. It's McCaffrey. And he stopped immediately there. Bobby Brown on the tackle.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
2nd and 10. Throwing here, Purdy. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and now it's 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Now Purdy. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
It's pretty early in the game, but they've already tried to establish him not just as a runner, but as a receiver as well. Didn't happen there, but I wouldn't be surprised at all to see them try again shortly.
So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowski to punt this one away. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. So the Rams coming back onto the field, their 2nd drive of the game. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Off of play action, here's Stafford. And that one complete downfield to Kupp. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Heck of a start, a 30-yard pickup on their first play from scrimmage.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 47. They'll fake it. Now Stafford. That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
And that's the knowledge you gain from being in this league for a long time. He's learned the hard way when to give up and fight another down. And that's a smart move to throw it away.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now Stafford. Short throw, it's Higbee. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. In motion, the tight end. To the air again, Stafford. That's caught. It's DeMarcus Robinson. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 37. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a 1st down.
When you decide to run a hitch route, it really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
From the gun, here's Stafford. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders. Tell you what, he did not have much time there to scan the field before he was ducking and covering.
Did it appear to you, as it did to me, that the defensive front won their play really quickly? Meaning the guys in front of them had almost no chance to block them. They were on him in a hurry.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Now a play fake and it's Stafford. A quick throw there is incomplete.
Well, he certainly didn't like what he saw at all from the coverage on his primary reads, and he didn't even have any luck trying to get back to his safety valve. Give defense a credit. Coverage was in lockdown mode everywhere.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. To throw is Stafford. And that one too wide and incomplete.
Yeah, it's still early in the game. No sense taking a chance on 3rd down and forcing one into traffic. So I like the wise play he made there. Get it to the sideline out of bounds where no one's going to have a chance at it.
Ethan Evans on now to punt. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. Back out there comes the 49ers offense, ready for their 2nd drive. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. This is Samuel. And not much there at all. He's up only to about the 16-yard line. Cameron Curl up to make the tackle.
Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop a jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
Purdy now to throw. He's going to drop this down to McCaffrey. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 1st down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Shotgun now with Purdy. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on 1st quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. First catch of the game there for Samuel, and it results in a 1st down. Purdy off the play fake. The throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Purdy sets up to throw again. Connects with Kittle underneath. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the 1st down.
Out of the gun, Purdy. Throw left side, McCaffrey's got it. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
When you lose that kind of yardage on a pass play, you often expect it to be a sack. But that wasn't the case there. They completed the pass. Probably would have been better off just dropping the football and making an incompletion as opposed to catching it and losing that kind of yardage.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. That's caught. It's McCaffrey again. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. they become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Again, it's Purdy to throw it. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Here's Mitch Wishnowski now. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. And the Rams now coming out on the field. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Back to throw, Stafford. Short throw, it's Higbee. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Stafford now to throw. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. A first run now for Kyren Williams. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Now 2nd and 9. Again, it's Williams. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
Not a ton of room available on that one, but he made use of what space was available and gained decent yardage.
3rd and 2. They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Rams 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another 1st down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 47. They'll fake the jet sweep and instead of give up the middle to Williams. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Here's a 2nd and 5. Now it's Stafford. That's to the sideline and incomplete.
Well, he left no doubt about that one because even though he hasn't left the pocket, he's got a receiver in the area, so it's not grounding, even though there was no way that ball was going to be caught.
And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Stafford. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Rams first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. Stafford got his man complete over the middle. It's Robinson. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
Stafford looks to throw again. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything. And against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Now Stafford. He'll drop this down to Williams. And he is going to have a Rams first down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7.
And that one was a lot of fun right there, because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or else he'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
This is 2nd and 8. Here's Stafford. Pass complete there to Nakua. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down.
And coming into this ball game, this was an offense that wasn't just talking about the notion of ball control. They were preaching it. They wanted to win the time of possession battle, and they've done so here. This drive's taken up quite a bit of the first quarter. Now they are set up 1st and goal.
Now Stafford. Looking middle, and that's complete. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. Here's Stafford. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Great coverage down in the end zone. He's scanning the field, looking. No one ever came open. So in the end, he makes the best decision and just fires it over the end line.
So 3rd and goal, and the 49er faithful making some noise for their defense. Throwing is Stafford. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. Disastrous outcome there on 3rd and goal. They lose 9 yards on the sack.
We always talk about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. And this one is right through. And the Rams have the first points here. It's 3-0. So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD. And it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far, finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. Nifty move, and he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 3-0 after one on EA Sports. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Purdy from the gun. He'll get this underneath to McCaffrey. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. Now Purdy. Another grab here for the dynamic Christian McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Now that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point that continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
Once more, Purdy looking to throw. He's going to drop this down to McCaffrey. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 28. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Shotgun now with Purdy. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
They had their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Ayuk goes in motion. Throwing here, Purdy. Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. But they went back to the roots and powered forward and got the 1st down.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
McCaffrey is in. Touchdown, 49ers. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
Jake Moody now for the point after. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And the last play on the drive, the touchdown run from Christian McCaffrey. So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Now the Rams offense, they work their way back on the field. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10 at their own 24. He'll hand this to Williams to start things out. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. To throw is Stafford. And quickly into the hands of Robinson. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
And now at this point in the first half, you've got to realize as an offense, you're not going to get it all back in one fell swoop. This is going to be about sustained drives and making sure you finish with points. And that's a good throw there for a 1st down.
Up the middle, it's Williams. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled them up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd down and 1. Off of play action, here's Stafford. He finds Robinson. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a 1st?
The timing was absolutely true as he caught it working across the field. Plenty of space for him to roam. But notice how he keeps his head on a swivel looking for defenders who may crop up out of nowhere. That turned into a big play.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Stafford. This one hauled in, and again it's Robinson. He's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7.
I think as he began this throw, you saw that the area was congested, but he has a lot of confidence in his arm, and he fits that one in there nicely. They pick up the catch, not much yardage afterwards.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. Back to throw, Stafford. Touchdown, Rams. Puka Nacua, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Rams are once again back in front. That's an old-fashioned death march there, partner. Took them a lot of plays, but hey, they did the job.
And the defense always preaches getting off the field, making a play, and turning it back over to their own offense. Unable to do so. A long, sustained drive by the offense.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. That time a 6-play drive. And it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles. The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Niners offense and Christian McCaffrey ready to go once more. And he has been a big component of the passing game so far. You see the numbers for this first half. This defense is going to need to find some way to key in on him because he is eating them up right now. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Back to throw, Purdy. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Catch number 4 for him on the afternoon, and it'll give him a first down.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Here's Purdy. Got a man right side, it's McCaffrey. And he is going to lose yardage here. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
Just a gain of a couple there. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. The Niners on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Again, it's Purdy to throw it. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
Here's Mitch Wishnowski now on to punt. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. The Rams offense and Matthew Stafford heading back out. He threw a touchdown pass last time they had it. And he'll look to get him in the end zone again here as they start with the first down. Stafford. Finding Williams on the check down. And he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards.
Well, his completion percentage continues to rise with that one, but sometimes you want your completion percentage to go down. Maybe you should have thought about throwing that one away.
I was just going to say, it is easier said than done, but that's where you maybe bury it at his feet, make sure he doesn't catch it.
Great call right there. Put it near the receiver, no grounding, nothing like that, but no one gets a chance to pick it off either.
And he is going to lose yardage here. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Well, they try to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety.
4 sacks and a safety already. If you gave your coach those numbers in an entire game, he'd be ecstatic. Getting that type of production in less than a half of football, that goes beyond anything they expected coming in.
So after that safety, now a free kick situation forthcoming as they punt it away from the 20. So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Here's Samuel. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Here's 2nd and 10. Purdy. Over the middle, that's complete to McCaffrey. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. Purdy now to throw. And that will be incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. The Rams offense and Matthew Stafford set to take over once again. And he's done everything you could have asked for coming in. He's spread it around. He hasn't taken many chances, and he's potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
From the gun, it's a run for Williams. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now it's Stafford. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Stafford. Open man is Higbee, the tight end. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Stafford to Higbee there. Rams 1st down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
A couple of 1st downs, has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. In motion goes the tight end. Now a give up the middle to Williams. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain, so you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
Stafford now to throw. Over the middle and complete to the tight end, Higbee. And Higbee going to have a Rams 1st down as he'll be taken down at the 46. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 46. Throwing is Stafford. He'll get that complete to Parkinson. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
How about the timing on that one? Boy, they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, balls out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
From the 43, here's 2nd down and 7. A shotgun snap for Stafford. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Cup. So the completion good for 7 there. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. Now a play fake it at Stafford. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Rams 1st down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on 3rd down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a 1st down.
Off the draw, here's Williams. And he'll get this just inside the 30-yard line. Jair Brown on the stop there. 2 minutes remaining in this 1st half of football. Got it here at the 29 on 2nd and 8. Now Stafford. Over the middle, he's got the hook up to Whittington. Only able to gain a couple there. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did. I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. And his kick is indeed good. And the lead grows to 4. It's 13-9. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Niners offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And looking at this situation, Charles, you got more than a minute. You've got all 3 timeouts. Probably no need to play this safe.
So what you're saying is that we're doing a little bit of a mind meld here, aren't we? Because I'm thinking along the same lines as you. This amount of time, don't be compelled to play it too safe. This is a chance to get points on the board. Press it a little bit.
Especially since a touchdown here gets you the lead. This 2nd and 4. Purdy off the play fake. Oh, he'll look downfield for Kittle. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
They geared up and took the deep shot downfield, but it turned out it wasn't one-on-one coverage. Extra defenders in the area, and that one winds up incomplete.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Purdy will set up to throw it here. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Well, partner, they've used him quite well out of the backfield in this one. And here's another nice example. They set up the screen, and he's able to pick his way downfield for a nice gain there.
Once more, Purdy looking to throw. Connects with Kittle underneath. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Now Purdy. He's going to drop this down to McCaffrey. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that'll make it 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
2nd and 5. Shotgun now with Purdy. That's caught by Jennings. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it, so on comes the field goal unit. It'll come from the right hash. It's a 47-yard attempt. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through, and that'll bring him back within a point. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock. A final shot before the break. Stafford gonna let one fly for Robinson. And it's knocked away and incomplete. So a very tight first half. We had to break in a 1-point game. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The 49ers going to have the football and trailing on the scoreboard as we get back underway on EA Sports. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The 49er offense set to go to begin quarter number 3. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. Purdy from the gun. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. Byron Young, the one who got in and finished that play off.
Okay, my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. They get 13, but it's not nearly enough, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, they've certainly had their share of troubles running the football in this one, but this play is almost an extension of the running game right here. They set up the screen, let him work out in space on the perimeter, and he turns it into a big pickup.
Wisnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. The Rams offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Out of the gun, Stafford. Middle of the field, it's Robinson. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. and you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield. His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. They'll come up facing 3rd and 5. Here's Stafford. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 38-yard line. These two have hooked up 9 times now this afternoon as they pick up the first.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
Back to throw, Stafford. That'll be caught. It's Kupp. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. That one goes for 30 yards. And that seemed to me to be all about trusting your receiver.
No doubt about it, because when he put that ball in the air, I will guarantee you everyone who's watching this game right now thought that's up for grabs. But this is a lot of practice time. As you mentioned, a ton of trust. And he knows how good his guy is. So to him, it wasn't up for grabs. To him, it was a big play waiting to happen.
In motion, the tight end. To throw is Stafford. That's caught left side. It's Higbee, the tight end. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Tyler Higbee from 8 yards out, and they are able to add on to their advantage. He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on 1st and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left him reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And you know, they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And with that, the lead is up to 8. A drive that time of 6 plays. And the result for the Rams, a touchdown. The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The 49ers offense now, they get set to head back on the field.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Back to throw, Purdy. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And now it's 3rd and 4.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he is going to have a Niners first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Out of the gun, Purdy. Connects with Kittle underneath. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down.
And there wasn't much room for the big tight end to do much after the catch. But at least he was able to pick up a solid gain to help his offense continue to move in the right direction.
Now 2nd and 5. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. This goes to the tight end, Eric Saubert. A 5-yard pass on the heels of a 5-yard run. Good enough for the first.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Here's 2nd and 3. Now Samuel. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Purdy now to throw. That is caught. He's going to pick up the first down and then some. And he gets it all the way down to the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, if only they were all this easy because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal. Purdy bootlegging it. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points. And the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. So stuff for no gain on 2nd down brings up a pretty interesting 3rd from this distance.
I'm throwing the ball, and I'm not even thinking about play pass. I'm going to let them know right away I'm throwing it. But I'm probably giving my quarterback some room, sprint him out to one side or the other, and give him an opportunity. If it breaks down, he can take off and run for it.
And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Brock Purdy, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the 49ers have come back to make it a 2-point game. They were looking to pass the ball there, but they forgot to account for the man with the football.
Yeah, I can hear people right now saying, well, why don't you have a spy in your defense, someone who will dance with him and go where he goes? Well, oftentimes if you utilize a spy, you've taken away someone in coverage as well. And oftentimes, the spy, not as athletic as the guy he's trying to keep up with, so he gets defeated anyway.
And he turns 3rd and goal into a touchdown. Shakes off and now he's going to go down. A big sack, and they're unable to tie it.
They made the decision to go for 2. They didn't get it. They remained down by 2 points. Should they have kicked it there?
A 3rd quarter, I'm okay with it. Maybe 1st or 2nd, you don't. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, again, I keep coming back to I don't like to chase a lot of points.
Yeah.
But I also don't know what kicking an extra point being down 1 does for me.
So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away. And he returns this to the 22. The visitors' offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive.
And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Then confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that will bring up 2nd down.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those too.
3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
From the gun on 3rd down, Stafford.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Rams 1st down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Now Stafford.
Throws to his man on the out route. It's complete. That's Robinson.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
They'll work from the 36 on 2nd and 6.
Throwing is Stafford. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Leonard Floyd, the old Georgia Bulldog, finding his way into the backfield.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
So now Stafford and the Rams, after the sack, they're staring up at a 3rd and long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
To the sideline and incomplete.
Well, that play was certainly a little bit different because on the previous play, he was sacked. This time, protection a lot better. Had time to survey the field and still couldn't find an open receiver.
Here comes the Rams punter now as he's on here to punt it away. Taking it about the 36. 7 yards on the return after a punt of 39.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The 49ers offense now. They work their way back onto the field.
Purdy going to lead the 49ers to the line. 1st and 10.
At their own 43.
He'll start by handing this off to McCaffrey. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Purdy looking to throw.
Gets this one to Juszczyk. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a 1st down, 49ers.
And as a quarterback, you're always pleased when you can use all the weapons at your disposal. Here he spots his fullback underneath, gets the completion right there for a nice pickup.
Purdy will set up to throw it here. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
But based on the play we just saw there, he might not be the guy you want to challenge in coverage on these all-important snaps. He certainly looks dialed in right now.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Purdy off the play fake.
Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Once more, Purdy looking to throw. Open man is Ayuk, complete.
And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. That's a 3rd down conversion to 24 yards there. Nice play. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
Throwing here, Purdy.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
And that's why defensive coaches preach swarming to the football. It's usually going to take more than one guy to get that big man down.
And it did right there. Multiple broken tackles, but they eventually get him down.
2nd down and a little more than a yard here. Now Purdy.
And it's complete. In the end zone. Touchdown, 49ers.
Juwan Jennings.
A 1-yard touchdown reception.
And the 49ers have taken the lead here in this 3rd quarter.
So 2nd and goal there from the 1. They go to the air.
And the perfect down to throw the football in this sequence. 2nd down is always kind of the, do they throw it, do they run it? They worked it out to perfection on that one by throwing it into the end zone.
Now Moody for the PAT.
And the lead is up to 5. So this drive spans 7 plays. And the end result for the 49ers, a touchdown.
So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away. And he won't quite make it to the 25. LA set to take over again on offense. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be second down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Williams going to get it again on second down. He'll get a yard. That's all as they get him down at the 28.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Now a 3rd and 6.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Stafford.
Open man, that's Puka. Down to the 10.
Touchdown, LA!
Puka Nacua
With his second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Rams have answered back with a third-quarter touchdown of their own to retake the lead.
Pretty good response. They had given up the touchdown and the lead, but they struck back.
And I love the way that they just saw it happen, took a quick exhale on the sidelines. So let's go get it back and fast. Let's go ahead and throw the ball downfield and get our own 6 points.
A huge chunk play to regain that lead.
The Stafford and that Rams offense, they're going to stay out there and go for 2.
They'll look to run for it with Williams. And he will not make it to the goal line here. So they'll be unable to bump this lead up to a field goal as it remains a 1-point game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he finally runs out of gas, but not before he's inside the 10-yard line.
Similar to golf, you never want to count a score before it actually happens, but you have to figure. They thought they were going to get 6 on that play. Great effort to keep them out of the end zone, but a big-time return.
San Francisco set to go on offense once more. The big kick return nearly resulted in 6. Now they'll try to finish the job here, 1st and goal.
So now, just like that, things change dramatically. It's 1st and goal.
Purdy from the gun.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco.
Brock Purdy.
A 6-yard touchdown run.
And the Niners have yet again retaken the lead.
He's given him a little jolt, just gave him the lead there, but 2 TDs now in the game.
And that jolt puts them in the lead. What a terrific job by him. He is carrying the ball and simply saying, I want to win.
And now he's hoping his defense has that mentality as they try to hang on to that lead. And now this is right in Kyle Shanahan's wheelhouse. He'll go for 2 here.
Purdy will throw for it.
Complete at the 1. And he will find the end zone here. And the lead moves up to 7. So they elect to pass there on the 2-point try. Sometimes could prove risky. There it worked out.
Yeah, and I love how you bring up that it can prove risky, because if you get it intercepted and they return it, that's 2 points for the defense, but not on that play.
So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The visitors' offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he had it going in the first half, that's for sure. He's really had his way with his secondary. They've been powerless to stop him, and he'll look to keep it rolling right here.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Out of the gun, Stafford. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Now a handoff. Here's Williams. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
57 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, 1-score game. 1st and 10 here.
Stafford now to throw. Throwing the out route and complete. It's Robinson. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's the Rams trailing, but they do have the football as we start the 4th and final quarter. They'll fake it. Now Stafford. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
Picked up by Talanoa Hufanga. And the 49ers are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Well, the 49ers settling in for their next drive. Another important fourth quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage. Purdy going to lead the 49ers to the line. 1st and 10.
At their own 16. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
And that's just an ideal run to start this drive because they're in full ball control mode now. So if you keep ripping off 7, 8, 9 yards a carry, you're going to have a great chance of finishing off this game.
2nd and a couple. Play action, and now here's Purdy to throw it. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Partner, for once in my life, I'll be succinct. In a one-possession game, every single stop like that could be a difference maker.
The offense on 3rd down. They've converted 6 times and could use a 7th here. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Purdy. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And he will bring it back. It's an interception returned for a Rams touchdown. Those free safeties, they get to sit back there if they've got good pass rushers like this team does. Read like a book. He read it like a book and took it in for 6.
And if they use their eyes well and their anticipation skills, they can make big plays, just as what we saw, a free safety's dream. Follow the football, go to it, and take it the other way.
Extra point attempt to come here. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6.
Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. As San Francisco's offense returns to the field, they will look to flush the memory of that pick 6 as we now have a brand new tie ball game here in the 4th quarter. Getting down to the good stuff. Purdy going to lead the 49ers to the line, 1st and 10.
Right at the 30. After the pick 6, they go right back to the air.
That's over the middle and caught by Ayuk.
So the completion good for 6 yards, and it's 2nd down. They'll send the big tight end in motion right. From the shotgun to McCaffrey.
And he'll push forward to the 37, gain of 2.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. Third down, here's McCaffrey. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. This defense not budging. Back-to-back carries of just 2 yards.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Here comes the 49ers punter now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. It's a 46-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10.
L.A. readies for its next possession. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the 4th quarter. Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10.
At their own 17-yard line. And they'll send the tight end in motion. Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
Short throw, it's Higbee.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on 1st down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone.
From the 25, here's 2nd and 2.
Off of play action. Here's Stafford. He'll get this one to Kupp, complete.
And Kupp going to pick up a Rams 1st down as he'll get this up across the 30-yard line.
It'll be a gain of 6 that time as it moves the chains as well. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Play action. Stafford. That'll be caught. It's Kupp.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 38. In motion goes the tight end. Back to throw, Stafford. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot and forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that you can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
Over the middle, he's got the hook up to Whittington.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Right there, he rose to the occasion late in a close game.
It's something he thought about, dreamed about, and worked on throughout his career. Because in these types of situations, he wasn't going to allow extra coverage to keep him from getting the football.
Again, it's Stafford.
That is caught.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a 1st down.
And partner, in a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Now Stafford. Throw left side, complete to Kupp. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it's 2nd down. They'll hand it off now. Williams. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive could take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. Now Stafford. And he's got it. That's Kupp for a Ram touchdown. Fourth touchdown pass of the game for Matthew Stafford.
And the Rams have broken our tie and have taken a fourth-quarter lead.
There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself, no reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
The call is to go for one and kick the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told.
And it ends with Cooper Kupp on the receiving end of the touchdown pass.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Oh, a good-looking return set up here.
A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
The 49ers offense making its way back out there.
They now trail by 7 after that last touchdown here in the fourth quarter. What a big spot for this offense. See if they can cobble something together on this drive. Purdy going to lead the 49ers to the line, 1st and 10.
At about the 32. They'll start this drive out on the ground.
And the defense closes quickly there. He'll get maybe a yard to the 33. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Purdy will set up to throw it here. He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 15 for the Niners there and a first down.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the fourth. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Here's Purdy. Got a man. That's Ayuk.
And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Now 2nd and 3. Purdy looking to throw.
Connects with Kittle underneath.
And Kittle going to have a 49ers first down as he'll be brought down at the 37.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
Up the gut, McCaffrey. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
They'll motion the tight end across the formation.
They go play action here. Purdy.
And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Oh, nice defensive effort there, providing the hit as the ball got to the receiver, separates him from the catch, and normally he's a sure-handed target.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw.
He's got this complete to Ayuk on the out route.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there.
A new lease on life after the 4th down conversion. Here's 1st and 10. Again, it's Purdy to throw it. He's got Ayuk once again.
It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Throwing here, Purdy.
His throw caught right around the 6.
And the Niners are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Back to throw, Purdy.
And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. He'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal.
And that's a good job there by the corner. And we do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
McCaffrey running up the middle and across the goal line into the end zone. Touchdown 49ers.
Christian McCaffrey.
His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Niners are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. We are set up for a fantastic finish now. A 4th quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Extra point try now for Moody.
And no sweat. He puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And the last play on the drive, the touchdown run from Christian McCaffrey.
Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. So now out comes this offense led by their quarterback as they take over once more. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long.
The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive.
They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the 4th quarter. And a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here.
He finds Robinson. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
And we've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands because he is a get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed on him quickly and held him to a short gain.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. Now it's Stafford off the bootleg. This one hauled in, and again it's Robinson. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 39 yards there, a big one.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him, and he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 27. Throwing is Stafford.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
Now a 2nd and 10.
To throw is Stafford.
That one taken in by Whittington.
And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 16. The Rams, they are on the move. They've got another 1st down.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
Now a man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Williams. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line.
76 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times.
Another carry for their leader, and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Here's 1st and goal. Williams.
And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1.
Good work there, holding them out on 1st down, and this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset.
Now 2nd down and a few inches. Williams is going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown.
And this is the time of game where offensive lines can really dictate a team's fortunes. It's been a tough battle. They've been out there for a long time. But this was a question of who can wear down who. And that's excellent work to put a long drive together and finish it with the touchdown run to take the lead.
Important extra point up and through, and they will take a 7-point lead. So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays.
And it was capped off by the Kyren Williams touchdown run.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34.
So Purdy and the Niners down by 7. 1:53 remaining. They need a touchdown to the PAT to tie it as they come up 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Purdy to throw. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
This defense hasn't had the best showing in this game, but a critical knockdown there. If they can hang on, I guess the end will kind of justify the means.
Certainly, and just think of it this way. It may not be the quantity of the plays that they've had because those haven't been great, but they get a few more quality ones like that. That could finish things off for them.
Purdy to throw.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. The safety blitz turns out to be a great call defensively as they sack him for a loss of 9.
Partner, you absolutely cannot take a sack in that situation. Now, it's also 4th down.
Got to avoid the flags defensively. Here's 4th and long. To throw is Purdy.
And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Rams get the football in outstanding field position. So now let's reset here, Charles. They do have 2 timeouts left, so they can stop the clock twice. This one's not quite over yet.
No, and what you're doing on defense, you're going to use both timeouts, obviously. But you've got to call defenses are going to force the issue early, meaning you want that play over fast. You don't want to give them time to dance around in the backfield or run a wide sweep that'll take off time. Blitz them, put pressure on them, make sure that play ends quickly so that you can go ahead and keep moving.
We got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down.
Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as it comes with 1:15 left to go in the 2nd half. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Stafford. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown.
Matthew Stafford finding Cooper Kupp for the touchdown there. And the Rams have opened up a 2-touchdown lead here in this 4th quarter. What a huge touchdown that was, obviously, here in the late stages of the 4th quarter as they try to put this one away.
And, Brandon, when they watch the film after this week, they'll be very proud of every rep if they close this game out. Just a few snaps remaining. They can't relax just yet.
Point after here coming up. And the lead is up to 14. Scoring summary, 3-play drive.
And it ends with Cooper Kupp on the receiving end of the touchdown pass.
The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
Now it's the Niners' turn. Trailing in this one now. A little over a minute to go. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on 1st down. Here's Purdy. He'll get this to Jennings over the middle. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
Now we'll pause here for an injury, and it's Deebo Samuel. He's the man in question right now who will need some attention. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Throwing, Purdy. Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete.
And let's face it, this defense has had its share of struggles all game long, and they know that they can put it all behind them if they defend well here in the 2-minute drill. Excellent coverage right there to force the incompletion.
They'll come up now on 2nd down. Here's Purdy to throw.
And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Now Purdy. The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
A lot of practice time, a lot of thinking goes into 2-minute drills, even on the defensive side. So now you want to make sure the guys understand. Continue to be aggressive, but make sure you're smart in doing so.
No choice but to go. Here's 4th down now.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. One last shot at the end zone. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Rams are going to take possession of the turnover on downs. Stafford down to a knee, and with it, he's going to ensure his guys a victory.
They knew how to quiet this rival stadium, Charles. I mean, not only did they get the win, but they get the win by taking the lead in the 4th quarter to hand their division opponent a big loss.
And they're elated, and they should be, because they did exactly that. Went to a rival's house and stunned them, and did it with a 4th quarter comeback. And every team in the league prides itself on controlling the 4th quarter. It's even more difficult when you don't do it at home against a division rival.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long from Santa Clara.